going to show you why humans couldn't catch flies. Even though our brains are millions of times bigger, a fly can react faster than your brain. But flies have brains smaller than a grain of sand. Somehow, even then they beat humans almost every single time. Think about it. Humans build rockets, computers, artificial intelligence, light bulbs. But a tiny insect still escapes our hands. What's exactly going on? Are flies actually faster than humans? Or are we attacking them the wrong way? Because there's a weird trick scientists discovered that makes catching flies so much easier. And once you see it, you'll realize almost everyone has been flies wrong their entire life. About 2 years ago, I saw a science video from a channel called Miru Science. They explained something fascinating about flies. They said if you want to catch a fly, you shouldn't swat sideways. Instead, you should actually clap above and below. That sounds ridiculous. Why would that work? I mean, flies can react in about 30 milliseconds. And that isn't just fast. That's extremely fast. So how can something as simple as changing direction make a difference? We need to understand something about how flies escape our hands. Flies don't just react fast. They react extremely fast. Their eyes can detect motion much quicker than ours. Science is called fusion. Basically, more per second than humans do. Movements almost look like. So when you try to swat a fly, it often sees your hand coming long before you reach it. But here's the interesting part. Even though flies react fast, they don't escape randomly. Flies actually have a very predictable escape pattern. And that pattern is the key to the whole trick. It was all a trickery, you see? But I forgot the lines. Yeah, I never watched it. Before a fly takes off, it pushes off the surface with its legs. And when it pushes off, it usually launches upward first. Not sideways, not down, upward. And that changes everything. Think about how people try to swat flies. Sideways motion. We swing our hand sideways, which means we're attacking from the same direction the fly is preparing to escape. In other words, we're trying to swat the fly. Well, we are, but if anything, we're helping the fly do exactly what it was already going to do. But if you clap above and below, you block the fly's main launch path, the direction it was planning to escape. And suddenly, the fly has 4 fewer options. You can actually test this at home by yourself. Next time a fly lands nearby, try 2 different approaches. First, sideways motion. Try that. Most of the time, you'll notice the fly escapes. Then try clapping above and below. Instead of chasing the fly, you're blocking its escape route. It doesn't work every single time. Flies are still incredibly fast, but the success rate is noticeably higher by a lot. And this idea is actually bigger than just catching flies. It reveals something interesting about how the world works. Whether it's animals, machines, or even human behavior, follow patterns. When we don't understand those patterns, things seem way more random. But when we do understand them, suddenly everything makes a ton of more sense. And that's one of the coolest things about science. It turns confusion into understanding. Most of the time when something doesn't work, the instinct is to try harder, move faster, react quicker, push more. But sometimes the real solution isn't even speed. The fly isn't smarter than you. It's just following a predictable escape pattern. And once you understand that, you stop reacting. You start anticipating. And that idea shows up everywhere. In science, in engineering, even in every life. When you understand the system, you don't need to find it. You just work with it. And suddenly things that seemed impossible. So next time you see a fly, remember where it's about to go, then blocks the path, slicing the world much faster than humans. But that leads to another fascinating question. What other animals see time differently than we do? That's something we'll probably explore in another video, because the world is full of hidden patterns, and discovering them is the fun part. Stay curious, because even tiny questions can lead to big discoveries. I'm Mason Miller. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next discovery.